The next theorem we have is the so-called Millman's theorem. So using this theorem, a number of parallel voltage sources can be reduced to one single voltage source. For example, here I have three voltage sources, V1 whose internal resistance is R1, V2 internal resistance is R2, V3 internal resistance R3. These three voltage sources are connected in parallel. Across the terminals A and B, load resistor RL is connected. So by the application of Millman's theorem, these three parallel voltage sources can be reduced to a single voltage source. So this entire thing can be replaced by one equivalent voltage source in series with one equivalent resistance R equivalent, and across the terminal A and B we can connect our load resistor RL, right? So this equivalent resistance V equivalent and R equivalent is given by this formula. V equivalent equal to plus or minus V by R1 plus or minus V2 by R2 plus or minus V3 by R3 etc. divided by 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3, and R equivalent equal to 1 divided by 1 by R1, 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3, right? Next, this is the Millman's theorem. Next we shall solve one problem, or we will illustrate Millman's theorem through an example. Using Millman's theorem, find the current through and voltage across RL in the circuit shown. So here I have three voltage sources connected in parallel. So this is the load resistor. Using Millman's theorem, we have to find out what is this load current IL and what is this load voltage VL. So we are going to apply the Millman's theorem in this box. But here that polarity is important. Say for example, V1 top is positive, bottom is negative. Similarly, V3 top is positive, bottom is negative. But V2 is top is positive, top is negative, bottom is positive. So you have to follow this convention. Top positive means put plus. Suppose if the top terminal is negative, then you plus put minus. So that's why we have written plus or minus V1 by R1, V2 by R2, V3 by R3. Okay. So some books they will also use the symbol E1, E2, E3. In any way you can represent. Okay, both represents the voltage source. Okay, so some of the books you will find the formula V equivalent or E equivalent equal to E1 by R1 plus or minus E2 by R2 plus or minus E3 by R3. All are same formula. So this is the equation or formula. So V equivalent equal to plus E1 by R1 or V1 by R1. It doesn't matter. So plus V1 by R1 minus V2 by R2 plus V3 by R3 divided by 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. So now substitute the value for V1, V2, V3. Okay. Similarly, R1, R2, R3. So you get a V equivalent equal to 10 by 5 minus 16 by 4 plus 8 by 2 divided by 1 by 5 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 2 volt. So if you calculate this, it comes around 2.11 volt. Okay. So next we have to find out what is the R equivalent, right? So R equivalent is given by 1 divided by 1 plus R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. So R equivalent equal to 1 divided by 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 ohm. So substitute the values for R1, R2, R3. R equivalent equal to 1 divided by 1 by 5 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 2 ohm. If you calculate this, it comes around R equivalent equal to 1.05 ohm. So now just you show it in the form of a circuit. So V equivalent in series with R equivalent. So this is the equivalent, Millman equivalent circuit, we can say. So V equivalent equal to 2.11 volt, R equivalent equal to 2.05 ohms. Okay. And now we connect the load resistor 3 ohm across the terminal A and B. So you have to find what is IL, what is VL. So you apply the Ohm's law to find IL. So we have IL equals V equivalent divided by R equivalent plus RL ampere. IL equal to 2.11 divided by 1.05 plus RL is 3 ohm ampere. So IL equal to 0.52 ampere. So next we have to find out what is the load voltage. So load voltage is nothing but VL equal to IL into RL. This VL equal to this current into resistance. Of course, again by Ohm's law, VL equal to IL into RL volts. VL equal to IL is 0.52 ampere multiplied by RL is 3 volt. So VL equal to 1.56 volts, right?